Hey, it's Daryl again. Today I'm going to do a video about the maintenance cycle on my car. I'm just heading out of town to just go somewhere interesting to try and shoot some video. Just an interesting thing, the traffic's pretty bad today. There's a lot of roadworks. It's summer, so in the summer here in New Zealand they do a lot of road maintenance, which makes sense because it's easier to do that kind of stuff when it's not raining. So I've driven 20 kilometers today, and I started with a full charge, and you can see that my range is 191 kilometers. The driving's been a bit slow because of roadworks and traffic conditions, but you can see that that would give me a whole battery of about 210 kilometers. So this is the 30 kilowatt Nissan Leaf, and so you can get a pretty reasonable range if the driving conditions are just perfect. Also, maybe it's the temperature. It's, you know, just the start of summer in New Zealand, so the weather's warming up, and I think that gives a better battery range as well. Notice that I've done 18,081 kilometers. Hey, so I've come out here to the middle of nowhere because I thought it looked really pretty. I'm up in the mountains in the Manawatu, so these are the Tararua Ranges. So I'm going to tell you a story about what happened when I took my car for service. So I bought my car at 6,000 kilometers, and then I drove it for about 10,000 kilometers till I was around 17,000 kilometers, and then I took it to my local service place, which is just a local car dealer, and that car dealer sells a lot of Nissan Leafs. They have their own service workshop, so I took it in and talked to the guy there, and he's real awesome. He comes to some of the electric car events, that kind of thing, and he had a look at my car and asked, when does the warrant of fitness expire? So this is the certificate that says that the car passed its inspection and is safe to drive on the road. These normally expire every year for most cars. When you buy a new car, you might get a 3-year or a 2-year, and I'm not certain, but sometimes they might give you a second 2-year warrant of fitness. So my car was bought into New Zealand at less than 1 year old, so it kind of qualifies as pretty much a new car, and my warrant of fitness doesn't expire till 2018, so that's well into next year. So that's more than a year. It's probably 2 years from when the car came into New Zealand, which is pretty good. So anyway, my local car guy, he says, other than a few particular safety checks that Nissan needs to do on cars just to make sure there's no manufacturing faults, the standard service would only take about half an hour, and so the total price for the service would come to less than $100. But here's the thing, he said, the car is so new, don't bring it in until it's got up to 25,000 kilometers. So that's a really amazing thing. That's totally the opposite experience from having a petrol car. They try to get you in every 10,000 kilometers to change the oil, even if maybe it doesn't need it. But the interesting thing is that just this week, the Consumer Reports Survey in New Zealand came out, and that rates the Nissan Leaf as the most reliable car in New Zealand. It also has a very good sort of user likability as well, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's my story. I hope you enjoy that. It's a quick little story just to tell you something about the car. I might take a couple of shots of the view from up here, give you a view without me standing in the middle of the valley. It's such a perfect day. There is a stream down at the bottom of this valley. It's the one that comes out at the side of the power station. I was going to drive up here, but it looks like it just goes into nothing. The hydro lake is up here somewhere, but I think it might be on the other side of this hill here.